No.
Good morning. What is going on, everybody? This is Stylist from the Back Room. We are coming at you with another episode this week. John, good morning, my friends. What is going on by you?
What a week.
What a week, huh?
What a week. As I always start with you is how was your week, but we're going to do it a little different today. My week has been freaking great.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you don't even care what I've been doing this week.
I'm not bragging and whatever warp gods or higher power there is. This week has been falling into place very well. I'm kind of a little nervous because you always wait for the other shoe to drop when things are going.
You're not used to having a good week, huh? You're not used to having a good week, so you're gonna. No, you know what? May good fortune smile upon you.
Mm-hmm. We are.
I got the winds take you.
Yeah. Okay. Now you just doomed me. Today is going to be a nightmare. I can feel it. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, man. Hey, so I got some cool stuff to share with you before we get into the quiz. So
yeah,
my wife, Erin, who is a goddess, and she's been in this purging mode, and she getting rid of stuff out of the house, and she found this box that I had stored a bunch of hair stuff in, books and things like that, and she found my Milady standard textbook of cosmetology from when I went to beauty school. I don't know if you guys.
How cool is that, huh?
Wait. So I'm kind of a nerd with this stuff, and I kept a lot of stuff. And I remember way back when I was at a garage sale, and I found a Milady's book from 1963.
That is cool.
I mean, look at some of the stuff. I mean, how cool is this? So I now have a whole bunch of beauty questions from 1963 for you.
You know what? It'll be interesting to learn. All right.
And it's so cool, and it's so amazing about how far our industry has come compared, and this is just in a couple decades, so that's kind of dope. I wanted to share that with all you guys because I got all excited when I saw it. I found some other stuff too, and we'll get to that, but that's all content, if you will.
Okay.
But look at this thing. I mean, how cool is this?
It is really wild, man.
So that's pretty dope.
You got to put one of them laminate coverings over it, so then this way.
Cool.
Do you remember when we used to put the paper cover,
Yeah.
the paper?
I think we
would tear a grocery bag.
Yeah, you had
and then tape it all together to make a paper cover for the book.
Remember when your teachers would yell at you if you came without your book covered? Oh yeah.
And now everybody's got laptops and tablets for school.
Yeah, there's hardly any textbooks. Remember the best day in the world was when you were giving all your books back. Here, they bring in the
that's an odd. That's a trip down memory lane right there, man.
Oh my goodness.
That's very old. Not me. I don't remember any of that. Yeah, no. So it was for a friend told me.
A friend asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Yeah.
So, are you ready for your quiz today, my friend?
All right, let's do this.
Okay. So, here's the first one, and the first one, I'm kind of throwing a hand grenade at you right away.
Okay.
What is 6NN? 6NN in most color lines. Here's your choices. Extra level 6 pigment in the formula.
Okay.
Half a level darker color. Your C choice is it's gooder.
It's gooder.
D, extra ammonia in the color, or E, all of the above.
Yeah, you are throwing a hand grenade at me because that really is 6NN pisses me off personally.
I'm
There's no
asking
such thing as 6NN. All right, so for the purpose of your question, God, I hope the answer is not all of the above.
It is all of the above.
So stupid.
It depends.
So dumb. This industry, I swear.
It depends on the color line, what they've added to that NN.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
That's so terrible. That is so terrible to me on so many levels. Wow, that sucks.
And what brought me to this question, just a quick story, is I had a client come in with a formula. She spends half her time in another state, and she was referred to me, and she came in with this NN formula from another color line. And I started to explain double N to her, and then I stopped halfway. And I just said, yes, I can transfer this formula into what I use. Which threw me down a rabbit hole because, NN is gooder, right? It's NN. It's going to cover that resistant gray. And I compiled the list of all the additives that are put into the double N's.
Yeah.
And it's double pigment. Well, it's double pigment because it's a half level darker to begin with. And then, on that resistant gray, there's also a little more ammonia because with that resistant gray is usually we could go into this for an hour. But yes, all those things are added into an NN. And yes, you will get gray coverage, but with many other color lines, if you formulate correctly, you can cover gray with your regular formula. Number 2. Why is ammonia or an ammonia equivalent used in hair color?
It's to swell the cuticle to allow the developer to penetrate, to dissolve the natural pigment, to make room for the artificial.
You are correct. Ammonia or an equivalent, there's always an equivalent in there for impermanent hair color, is there to help swell the cuticle so you can get in there with the peroxide and remove pigment. Yes, correct.
I just taught a color class on Tuesday, so yeah, it's still fresh of mind.
Well, and with the discussion we had with Tony last week.
Oh gosh, and yeah, true. That's still fresh in my mind.
I still have PTSD from it, so it's okay.
Tony's awesome.
I kept waiting for a guy to show up at the door to make me an offer I couldn't refuse after talking to Tony. True or false?
True. Next question.
No, this is a great question because we kind of covered this a little bit last week. True or false? Clarifying is a step in guaranteeing color success.
No truer words have been spoken.
Well, we did 10 minutes on it not that long ago.
I'm so glad that my preemptive true was to that. Oh, man.
It is true. Clarifying.
Clarifying.
And it'll soften. It'll also soften the cuticle a little bit, right? Clarifying is a step in ensuring color success. Number 4. I can't. Can we stop? Frizzy flyaway hair is due to A, chemical damage, B, excess or depleted humidity, C, heat damage, or D, all of the above?
I think, okay, it's all of the above. The reason why I hesitate is because that's just become like the category, you know? It's not the symptom anymore. It's just the overall category. But if you break that's a whole discussion in itself. What really is frizzy fried hair, you know? Or, well, what really, right? Is it fried? Is it dry? Is it really frizz? Is it static? Dude, there's so many different variations, and we just say frizz just because.
And that's the purpose behind this question. Really is it frizz, or is it heat damage, chemical damage?
Are these from the book? Are these from the book?
Not that this question isn't. This question was actually from Caratherapy's website.
Okay. Because it's wild, right? Like, if you really think about, we just I should say back then, they weren't generalized back then. Those were the issues back then, because things were different back then. And we have so many more things now that have complicated things that we've had to categorize it specifically.
Well, and actually, if you really think about it, with frizzy, dry hair, back then, women were getting their hair done once a week. They were getting their set, and it was shellacked into place, right?
Nobody had frizz.
They didn't know whether they had frizz or not.
Well, nobody saw frizz. Let's just say it that way. Nobody saw frizz.
Because the hair was laminated. You know what, dude? They still sell Aquanet. Do they really? They still sell Aquanet. Here's me, okay, and I'm such a little boy, okay. I really wanted to buy a can and get a lighter and find out if you could still make a torch with Aquanet. You never done a potato gun with Aquanet? Yeah, 100%. But that's back then. But I'm talking about now with all the. Oh,
I think they're grandfathered in. I don't think they have to. Look, you know what? I shouldn't say. I don't mean this as a negative shot against Aquanet, man.
No.
It is intense. It is insane how strong that spray is.
Yeah, dude. When back 100 years ago, when I did a few competitions, I used Aquanet. We just we just wrapped the can so you couldn't tell what it was. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That model could go out in the rain that we had a couple days ago. It would beat up like the hood of my car.
Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, really, if you think about it, though, they didn't really deal with frizz and dry and damaged hair the way we do, because wash and wear hair was not that prevalent. Yeah, so people's hair was always dressed. Yeah. And it not like in today's standards, where it's wash my hair, I let it air dry naturally, and look what it does. Well, do you use any product in it? Do you let's find out why your hair is doing this. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Okay, so here's your last question for the day.
Okay.
When doing a consultation, to ensure a successful service, you need to identify 3 things: texture, blank, and density. Here's your choices.
Porosity.
Yes, porosity. So when doing
what other choices? Well, what other choices they throwing in there?
Texture, color, at-home care, or density. And density is the answer.
It's interesting, right? Because all of those matter, but really, the reason why color matters and it doesn't matter, it's because it's variable. At-home care matters and it doesn't matter because that's also variable. You cannot control with consistency what is going on with the color each and every time it's applied. And you cannot maintain the client to be so consistent at home with their care every single day.
Right.
for it to be a proper guide to reading the hair. But texture, somebody is always going to have straight, wavy, or curly, and it may
Right.
change from one into the other, but it's always going to be a combination of straight, wavy, curly. Density is always, they're going to have a lot and then they're going to have a little. And porosity, if the hair is in a good condition, you're going to be able to tell after you clarify it.
Right.
Or you're going to be able to tell that it's damaged, or you're going to be able to tell that it's, whatever it's doing. You're going to be able to know. So those are the three governing things that matter the most out of anything.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, but I see, and the cool part about that is as those of us that have been doing this for 1,000 years, and even new people, that's the first thing you're checking out when you start touching that hair, right? That's the first thing you do it. I do it unconsciously now. You probably do it unconsciously too. You're always seeing, the texture, the density, and the porosity, because that's your foundation, and then you build on that with everything else. So I totally agree. And that's all part of like education and the way we've been trained. And I need to draw attention and to something that we have going on at HTB. We've got a website.
We have been painstakingly working on this, like relentlessly working on this. And it's just exciting all the way around. It's really, really exciting. The amount of new business that we've had this year, the amount of stylists who are coming over to the HTB Beauty brand, our brand here, asking us for help, education, support, this has been without getting overly crazy about it, but this has been a great year. It really, really has been a great year. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. With the addition of so many new people, it has changed the way we do business. And a lot of people have been asking us, for more things that what we had available. So we've had to pivot, we've had to make adjustments, and we've had to expand, we've had to grow. And it's been wild. It's been really, really wild, The reason why we revamped the website and we redid it, the two top requests was more resources and the ability to shop. So with more resources, people are asking for more video content, more education, more downloadable PDFs,
Right.
more user guides, things like that.
Right.
So that's going to be the main thing, is going to be the education tab and the resource tab on the website. We're going to start building that out to continually every week add more and more and more in there. And then the other thing with the shopping cart is the shopping cart. People want to place their orders, and not, some people are awake at 2:00 in the morning and they want to do it then, or some people at the end of the night, it's late at night and they finally got done. They just look real quick while it's top of mind. They're like, oh, I just want to order this, this, and this.
Right.
Okay. I get it. I forget 5 minutes ago what I just said. One of the answers was to your question. I just remember true. I don't remember what the question was.
True.
I just remember it was true.
True.
But that's the whole thing. You have a squirrel moment. You forget. In the moment, you want to be able to place an order. So we got that available as well.
Right.
And then it just gives us a centralized location to be able to make our announcements, here's something you and I have been having fun with. We've been writing beauty blogs.
I never thought of myself as someone who could. I'm good at spewing it out here, but to actually put it down on paper and put my thoughts on paper and your thoughts and then combine our thoughts and then watch the paper turn into a ball of flame.
Isn't it wild?
It is. And
it's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. You guys will be able to check out our blogs, htbbeauty.com. You can, if you're a professional and you have a license, you can go to the pro part of it, register, and you'll be able to place your order online. You'll be able to see all the cool stuff that's coming down the pipe online. We've got, I mean, the time and effort that this young man right over here is put into this is 90% of this website, guys, is Eddie. Eddie has been at the forefront, and
it's been a group effort, man. It's been a group effort.
Wow, but you were the tip of the spear for that. And I know you
want to switch. You want to switch? I'll be the handle. I'll support you.
You don't want that. You don't want that. There would be bodies flying. It's better that I stay in my little cave just dealing with my clients. You are far more what's the word I'm looking for? You are far more approachable than I am.
You're the cute one.
No,
you're the cute cuddly one.
You with your Hello Kitty tattoo.
Oh yeah. The other main thing on the site is with the education and the contact form. We are very active on it. I mean, all jokes aside, we are very active on it.
We are.
If there is something you don't see on there, send us a message. Let us know. Reach out to us.
Right.
If there is something you want to see on there, let us know. Reach out to us. If there is something on there that you're interested in, then definitely interact with it. Reach out to us. Let us know. Either way, we are very, very interactive. And we are going to continually build more into it week by week. It's a technology that we're unfamiliar with, but we are learning very quickly. And that's just a technological age nowadays. So it is what it is.
Well, that's that, that old saying, right? If you put a typewriter into a room full of monkeys, eventually you'll get a novel.
I never heard of that, but okay. Interesting.
But guys, keep checking the website because it's going to keep evolving. It is in its infancy right now, and eventually this thing's going to be a huge resource for you because everything we do is going to be on there on the education side. There's going to be, and once again, you can do your shopping. I mean, I can't wait. I'm putting my order in as soon as I'm done today. Just punch it in and boom, done, over with.
One of the other things is if you are a stylist and you have ideas, but you just don't have the platform to get yourself out there, reach out to us too. We are actively looking to work with stylists to put together content because we have a couple of ideas. It fits for us. There's a couple of ideas that would fit better for somebody else. That somebody else might be you. So reach out to us. Let us know if you're interested. Let's talk about it. I've had a few conversations with some stylists, and we are going to be doing things in the new year, because right now it's the holiday rush with clients and it's a little crazy behind the chair. But we are still actively engaged and having conversations, building out the ideas. So after the new year, we get straight into it.
We're also looking for testimonials too.
A testimonial for what?
For our products.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. If you got a testimonial you want to share, send it in, record yourself real quick, send it in. And we'll share it. We'll put it out there. Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
It's all of us together, to make this happen. On the other side of our world, we have a brand new, amazing product. I know Darren, who puppet masters this whole thing, is in love with this product, and this is the Xenogen dry shampoo. Now, I just heard a whole bunch of eyes roll back in their head going, another dry shampoo.
Quite the opposite, sir. Dry shampoo is a hot topic. You say dry shampoo, people get excited. They want to start talking about it, okay?
Okay, well, talk to us about the dry shampoo, young man.
So the Xenogen Zen dry shampoo. That's what we're talking about this week. A dry shampoo, the purpose of a dry shampoo, first of all, is to make your hairstyle last longer. It's for somebody who doesn't want to wash their hair every day or every other day. It's not for somebody who never wants to wash their hair. There are some people who never want to wash their hair. That's not who this is for. You should wash your hair more than once a week. I'm having fun.
That's all that matters.
It's
all about you.
Look, dry shampoos are awesome. They really, really are. If you don't want to wash your hair every day, then that's totally fine. Then on the off day when you're not washing, you should be spraying something into your hair. Okay? Now, whether you do it with hairspray, whether you do it with product, whether you do it with powder, whether you do it with whatever you do, I mean, this is something that we talk about all the time. Everybody is making a tossed salad out of themselves with their refrigerator ingredients when there are products that are specifically formulated to serve that purpose. And they work 100 times better for that purpose, you know? So some of the things why people don't want to use certain dry shampoos is because they're talcum base or they're heavy powdered base, okay? This particular one is not, it's rice. So it's very lightweight and it's very absorbent. It also has quartz ground up into it. That's going to give beautiful reflective shine, okay? But it's not going to be glowing. It's like when I say shine, I should say sheen. I shouldn't say shine.
That's the word.
That's the better way to say it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to have that beautiful sheen in your hair, but it's not going to be shining. It's got a matte finish to it. This stuff is so good. I saw this done in a class. This was cool as hell.
I've been waiting for you to do this.
So you shake it up really, really well. So here, that's how light it is, right? But I can sit there and spray myself and my shirt does not turn white. That's how light this is. And it's not a dust cloud flying around. I don't look like I'm in a mirage all of a sudden. You know, it's just a really nice, beautiful, lightweight, dry shampoo. The other secondary property to it, which is bigger than that, is it's a texturizing spray. So in addition to removing the oil buildup and the product buildup, it'll give you volume. It'll give you movement. Right. It pretend like you're hair spraying your hair without the hold. That's how beautiful of a texturizing spray this is. And I was talking about this yesterday on the Profitable Stylist channel. After you do a blow dry, when you're done, when the hair is completely dry, before you put like pomade or hairspray or whatever finishing touches, you spray some of that dry shampoo on. It'll actually make the hairstyle last an extra day or two if you're choosing to go that long, right?
Right.
And the reason why it does that is because you just put product in your hair after you just washed it, you know, before you blow dried it, you just put product in your hair. So that puts a layer and it's going to build up. And then you're going to go to sleep on it. It's going to smash your hair. It's going to get all pushed into your scalp. Your scalp naturally is going to produce oils. Some people less, some people more. Let it start grabbing all of that immediately. Be proactive rather than reactive with it. Mm-hmm. It's really, really great for that as well, too. And if you have thin, fine hair, what a lightweight solution to add some immediate volume. Right. And if you have thick, bulky, coarse hair, you know how much product you have to put in your hair to calm it down and tame it. Or if you want it bigger, what you have to do, right? Don't get lost, you know, with all that globs of product in your hair. A lightweight dry shampoo with the texturizing property to it is huge. Yep. Absolutely huge. So I've been having a lot of fun with it behind this chair.
Well, what we found out too is we have a friend whose wife had to go to a wig, had to purchase a wig, and she's been using it to not matte, but put more of a matte finish on the wig instead of that shiny, just out of the box look.
So sometimes some wigs are synthetic hair and those naturally have a shine to them.
Yeah.
Some hair extensions, depending on the quality, you know, naturally have a glaze or a gloss over them, which make them kind of shiny. So that's what you're talking about.
Right.
The matte finish of the dry shampoo will help dull out that shine.
Right.
It'll still keep the sheen in there, so it won't look flat.
Yeah.
And dead. but it won't be so glowing off the
It won't
light.
look like you just clear coated your hair.
Yeah. Some of the other things to note is this has actually got a vegan formula to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's not a lot of ingredients in it. There's not a lot of moving parts in it. It's very, very gentle. It's very, very lightweight.
Right.
And the brand Xenogen itself just really uses science to nurture the hair and the scalp more than anything else. So the brand itself, Xenogen, overall is really, really committed to scalp health and hair integrity. A lot of their products are for strengthening, for regrowth, for bringing pigmentation back into the hair.
Right.
A lot of their products are water soluble based. They're not alcohol or synthetic or heavy chemical based.
Right.
So regardless of what type of hair you have, but especially if you have thinner, finer, softer, more gentle, fragile, however you want to say it, man, you should totally check this out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the whole line. You should really examine
the whole line as well.
For everybody watching. Check out, go to Xenogen's website, call Eddie. And Xenogen can change the game for a whole bunch of your clients. And from a retail standpoint, I move a lot of Xenogen for my finer haired clients, and it has been a great addition to what I got going on in my shop, as far as retail products, and actually giving the client what they need, and actually fostering the work that we all do behind the chair. Xenogen's right there, and Xenogen is 100% stylist driven. They are all about us, our health too. They're all about our health too, which is very important. And I can't sing the praises of Xenogen enough. And the guys, have you ever meet any of the guys from Xenogen? They're all fantastic. Chad, who we have a great relationship with. Jared, who created Xenogen, is another great guy, and they all care. They care. It's not just let's move product. It's let's help people with their hair, which is just absolutely
no. They really do care, and that's the thing. What I love about them, they are science based. They don't care about popularity contests. They don't care about the flash. They don't care about showing off and egos. They really are about the facts, about the science, about the research. And that's really what sets them, apart, and what sets them different. It's what's got my vote about it, because it really, every time you talk to them, you're learning something. Like, they have a direct answer. It's never this, like the word salad of, oh, well, maybe.
Right.
You tell them this is what's happening, and they're like, well, this or this, that or that, and whatever you tell them, then it's leading it to do this. Therefore, you should do that, and you should see results within this.
Right.
They have very clear, concise responses, and it's up to you then to go back to your client and be like, all right, look, here's the plan. We actually have a plan.
Right.
We're going to do this, and in X amount of week, we're going to come back and we're going to revisit it. We're going to watch it. And if this happens, we're going this way. And if this happens, we're going that way. Like, it's extremely empowering and comforting to have that feeling that when you go to talk to a client, you actually are coming back with them with actual information that's useful.
Absolutely.
So all the way around.
That is truly awesome.
For HTB users, so if you're not already an account, go to htbbeauty.com, create an account if you're a professional, if you're a licensed cosmetologist. And, I don't know, maybe till the end of the year. I haven't decided yet, maybe till the end of this month, but we're running a promo on it for licensed cosmetologists to check it out. That's the Xenogen dry shampoo.
The Rezen
dry shampoo. Yeah.
So once again, just to reiterate what Eddie said, set up your account, guys. It's not going to cost you anything on HTB Beauty, and it'll get you in the pipeline for all the cool stuff that's coming our way. And there is a bunch of cool stuff. We're not going to give it all to you now because those are other episodes.
Oh, but yes. And to piggyback on what you just said, creating an account does not cost anything. You just got to be a little bit of patient because we don't have an automated verification. We personally, a human, one of us, will vet you and confirm with license lookup that you are actually an active cosmetologist. It's the best way to protect our user base.
Absolutely.
So be a little patient. It takes a couple hours, for us to get to it and get back to you. Sometimes we get back to you really quick. Sometimes it takes a minute, depending on how busy we are. But yeah, just know that when you order from us, it's somebody directly ordering. It's somebody directly looking at you. You're not going through some AI thing.
What's wrong with AI? The machines are taking over.
Yeah, that's why we have 6NN.
Touche. So, are you ready to be motivated?
By the AI or by you?
By me. Are you ready to be motivated?
What you got?
I got a great one. And it's kind of it's called I Choose. Okay? I choose to live by choice, not by chance. I choose to be motivated, not manipulated. I choose to be useful, not used. I choose to make changes, not excuses. I choose to excel, not compete. I choose self-esteem, not pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice, not the opinions of others.
This is your New Year's resolution? What this is a motivation or this is a New Year's
motivation? Resolution? That's motivation right there.
You need to print that out and post that in the group.
We can do that.
Yeah. We totally, you need to print that out. We need to post that in the group.
I went with a longer one since it's been, the past, we didn't do one last week. And this is I found this in the back room of a salon.
Okay.
They had it up on the wall.
Okay.
There's so many things in here that you can hit on, but I really think that the biggest one to be is you got to choose to make changes in your life and choose not to have excuses. Because what are excuses?
Excuses are a loser's mentality to justify being weak. And that might come off sounding a little bit harsh. And if that hurts your feelings, it's because you're a loser. And we don't want you to be. That is the whole point of this segment, of this motivation segment.
Right.
You have to accept, you have to choose to be offended, or you have to choose to become inspired. You have to choose that ouch, that hurt, that too far, too deep, too soon. Yeah, then that means you are choosing to let it bring you down. You have to choose to be like, that stung really hard, but okay, all right, good one, you got me. You're right. All right. Oh, let's go. Let's dust ourselves up. Let's get back up on the horse and let's ride. Let's go.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to make you feel bad. We're trying to bring it to your attention to be like, hey, buddy, snap out of it. You get back up. You are awesome. You are loved. You are strong. You matter. You count. You are the world to yourself, if not anybody else, because you choose to be. And that's how change comes. That's how moving forward comes. That's how being a juggernaut comes. That's how positivity and that energy comes. Like, how many times we do a program and somebody will come up to us afterwards and be like, oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I can run a marathon right now. I'm so energized from you guys. I want to be like you guys. What can I, how do I become like you guys? And we always say to them, you don't want this. Because people come, they're like, hey, we watch you on the podcast. You guys are so much energetic on the podcast, you know, like that's so awesome that you guys do that. And it's like, thank you. I was actually really tired on that particular one that you watched. They're like, wait, what? You were like a spaz attack. I'm like, no. What you see, this is not for the podcast. This is actually trying to be toned down. This isn't played up. This is very much trying to be calmed down. John, okay, here, do a confessional, dude. I mean, come on. We got on an hour before we go live just so I can have my Tourette's cussing and all my other grievances and my book of grudges, and then, just so I can behave for this hour.
I've always told the story of you and I'll be on the phone with each other, and I'll get off the phone with you, and my wife will walk in here into my office, and she'll be like, what the hell was that? She goes, I only heard half the conversation, and I don't want to know anymore. You know, and that's what it is. And it's all about everything we do is a choice. And when we chose to be this industry, no one held, well, I had a gun held to my head, but but we chose, and
but you chose to become at the level where you are.
Yeah.
You could have just stayed an operator behind the chair, which is nothing wrong with that either. But you chose more for yourself.
Is it more for myself that I'm one step away from a refrigerator box on Lower Wacker Drive?
It's still a step above. You're choosing to be ahead. Why? This is what I'm talking about. You know? Right. What? No, yeah, you can't bring me down, man. Sunshine boy over here. Okay, mister, I'm having a better week than everybody else.
It's been a great week. And you know what? I chose it to be a great week. I did not let things bum me out. I think that everything that we all do, and especially when we get behind the chair and we're with our clients, is all about a choice. And I always choose to be upbeat and try to make this a pleasurable experience for my client. Because I have client, you know, we all have them. The clients come in, you know, and I never ask them. How's your day going? Because I never ask them anything where they can give me a one-word answer. You know, because when you ask someone, hey, how's your day going? Fine. And you're like, oh, okay. You know, I ask them silly stuff. So I get silly. I had a client yesterday. I looked at her. I go, how you living? Right? And she went, and to watch the mood change. It was like a screen that came down, and she's like, no one has ever asked me that before. You know, and you know, and I never, and the other thing that I never do, and now I'm just talking about me, guys, is I never ask them, are we doing the same thing? I always ask them, tell me about your hair. What's your hair doing? Get them, and it brings, people love to talk about themselves, and give them a chance to open up and make this an experience. Because how many people in our lives, it's, you know, one-word answers. And there's a lot of people who don't, you know, it's very closed off for them. Get people to open up, choose to be happy, choose to be something different in their day. Because, you know, we all have that annoying coworker. I mean, I've had one for 17 years. Who I then torment through via Amazon. It's all about a choice, guys.
Now, here's the dark side of this motivation. If you are down, how do you choose to pull yourself out of it? So let's get personal a little bit. If you don't mind sharing personal from yourself,
No.
when you go dark sometimes, how do you choose to pull yourself out of it? You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take that.
Because it's easy to say it, right? Every motivation out there is like, oh yeah, rah, 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 cheerlead, cheerlead, cheerlead.
Come on,
But there's the dark side of everything, man. There is the reality of it. There are people who are going to hear this and they're going to be like, yeah, easy for you guys to say.
No. And I'll freely admit it on this forum. I mean, I lead more towards the depression side of things. I always have. And I choose not to take chemicals. I choose strategies that I've developed to break myself out of it. Well, and I always search for something, and for me, it's either music. I have a couple of people that I lean on, especially you.
I know my back really hurts. I know.
No, that is backpack. This is a lot to backpack. No, but what it is you gotta develop strategies to break yourself from it. And you have to work it. You've got to work the problem. And it's easier said than done. There are days, me personally, there are days where I could lay in bed with the covers over my head all day and just not move forward. But that's not an option anymore in my world. And it takes every ounce of energy to make my feet hit the floor. Because I always think in my head, there's a lot. I have a lot of people. I personally have a lot of people out there that would love to see me fail. And I can't use the word that I want to use, but there is no way that is going to happen. No way. No matter how blue I feel, no matter how dark I feel, no matter how much life has piled onto me, I'm going to get up, because the minute I get vertical, I know out there someone is going, he's up and moving, and here we go. And I thank you for that, my friend, because when I get overwhelmed, I call you. I have a couple other people that I call to get me over that hump, and you got to find what's going to get you over that hump. How's that?
It's deep, man. It's deep. It's true. You got to have a purpose. At least for me, I'm always trying to figure out, like, what is the purpose of my day? Because there's a lot of responsibility that I carry, and it is overwhelming. So sometimes, when you're standing there and you feel like a tidal wave is coming at you, and you're just looking up at that wave going, yeah, this one's going to drown me. This one's going to be deep,
Yeah.
You just got to think of, what is the purpose of my day today? And that's how I do it. That's how I get through my day. Otherwise, forget about it, man. And I have a purpose. There are people who rely on me. Most days that matters. Some days I get a little pissy and I'm like, I don't care about anything or anybody right now, I do.
No.
But then I think about it, and it's like, you know what? If somebody is casting out to me, of all people, to be their lifeline, how much worse are they doing? If you can't find better than me, man, then holy cow. So I better get my crap together.
We are.
But I beat myself up.
Yeah.
I'm very, what's the word? Analytical, I guess, of myself.
Yeah. You're very hard.
Critical.
Yeah.
I'm very critical of myself. So yeah, I'm constantly like, oh man, crap, I goofed. Oh crap, I goofed. Oh crap, I goofed. All I feel like I do is like a freaking clown, like I goofed something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm too stubborn. I've been beaten up so much in my life, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, whether it's emotionally, whatever, however, take your pick, dude. you know. But like, for all of you listening, man, I've been beaten up so much in my life that I'm over it. I don't even care anymore. I just refuse to take a knee because I'm that stubborn. Because enough is enough. Like, that's where you got to get to that point where enough is enough.
Yeah.
And then that's when you choose to just start moving forward, So you got to find your purpose. You got to find your purpose, and you got to find your break point. And your break point doesn't mean go do some crazy, insane freaking thing and be violent and hurt people. You just got to find your personal break point in your mind to say, enough is enough. I ain't taking it no more. I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to make something of myself to show everybody else by example, not by retaliation, and by creating your own accomplishments that you yourself can be proud of. And people have no other choice but to validate your existence.
Mm-hmm.
They have to then see you. They have to then recognize you. They may not still like you. They may still not want to deal with you, but they're stuck with you because you're here to stay. So I hope that helps. That's how I choose to get through my day. Close us off with repeating that whole thing all over again, because that thing was awesome. Look, I even did this. I added it. We're going to write a blog about that.
Okay.
We're talking about another topic.
Yeah.
That's how much I freaking like this thing.
Yeah. It's called I Choose, guys. I choose to live by choice, not by chance. I choose to be motivated, not manipulated. I choose to be useful, not used. I choose to make changes, not excuses.
Mm-hmm.
I choose to excel, not compete. I choose self-esteem, not pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice, not the opinions of others.
Powerful stuff.
And I'm just going to close this out on one thing. And since you wanted me to share personally, 30 plus years ago, I had someone who was quote unquote training me. And he told me I didn't have what it takes to be in this business.
Okay.
And from that point on, for a couple of days, I went, wow, this is a person that, is in this business. Maybe they're right. And that was my break point where I went, wait, this guy doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I can do whatever I want to do, and I'm going to do something. And that's been my motivation. One of my motivations for 30 years is on a couple of occasions being up on stage and looking down and seeing that person sitting there and making direct eye contact with them, kind of like hey, I guess I do have what it takes to be in this business. Let us know, guys. Let us know about what motivates you. What gets you through those dark days. I'd be very interested to see and actually, because we all learned something from each other, maybe some coping mechanisms that we can all grasp onto. We're gonna do this again next week. We'll be back in 7 days with you guys. Check out our website, htbbeauty.com. It's new, it's shiny, it's going to be ever changing. So it's going to be cool. You got to keep checking on it.
Yep.
Thanks for everything that you guys have done for us. We greatly appreciate you. And we'll catch you guys.
It's because of all of you. Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll catch you guys next week.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.